Hey everyone, how's it going? So, I'm playing this game again. It's been quite a while since the last time I did this.
Let's rock, little guy.
I'm currently recording this on July 10th. It is now 11:22 p.m. So the reason it took me quite a while to do this again since the last time is because this past week was midterms for college, so I had to focus solely on that, even though I freaking failed the hell out of one of them. But let's not talk about that. So, I have a story time to tell. This happened literally yesterday for me, but it would have happened 2 days ago as of this video's posting. Because this happened on July 9th. This took place yesterday. But before we go into the story, so this video we're going to be doing 3 levels, all centered around Daruk. And oh boy, prepare for a really poorly looking video. Poorly? Like a really poor looking video. Because I practice these levels. One of them is honestly quite difficult, so I really hope I can beat that one. But the last level... That last level just... Oh, I can already tell it's not going to look that pretty on video. Alright, so let's get into the story. So, I recently hung out with a couple of friends. I say friends loosely, because one guy I hung out with, I don't know if we're considered friends. So, of course, I'm going to elaborate. So a couple days ago, my boy hit me up. He's like, "Yo, me and the middle school homies, we want to hang out." I'm like, "Oh shoot, really? Like word? Alright, thanks for actually inviting me this time, unlike last time where you did not even consider it." But then he mentioned something. You know, he brought up the fact that, oh, this guy and this other guy might come. And I'm like, ooh, those two? I'm not going to name drop them. You know, just for... I used the wrong one. Just for privacy reasons. But I almost didn't go. Just because he said those two potentially could have gone. So a little bit of context, I was not a very popular person back in middle school. Matter of fact, I'm still not. Like, a lot of people didn't like me back then. I've had people, well, I only remember one person who flat out said to me that he doesn't like me that much. So yeah, in my head, back in middle school, there was 3 main people who absolutely despised me. Or so I thought. So there were 2 guys and 1 girl. All 3 of them absolutely despised me. None of them liked me in the slightest. Or at least I thought that at least. Because we never really talked, we never really hung out. Whenever we did talk, it was a really negative tone sort of way. So yeah, when he said this guy might show up, it's like, ooh, I don't know if I want to join you guys then, because I don't know if I want to see him. Knowing him, knowing that he doesn't like me very much, and I don't like him very much, it's like, ooh, that might not be the best idea. But in the end, my boy convinced me to go anyways, and we had a good time. Oh, this outpost is done. Okay. And yeah, like, when my boy was trying to convince me to join, you know, he did bring up the arguments like, come on, man, that was when we were kids. You know, we all did things we're not proud of when we were kids. Like, he even mentioned that the 2 guys that didn't like me that much that might be joining, the last time they hung out, which I wasn't invited to, maybe I was, no wait. No, not that time. It was a different time. But yeah, the last time they all hung out, he told me they actually asked about me. And I'm like, man, quit capping. There ain't no way in hell these guys asked about me. He told me, yo, these two actually asked about you. They wanted to know how you were doing. I'm like, there's not a chance those guys asked about me.
Sure, little guy.
But surprisingly, he showed me the messages. And yeah, it's right there in print. They really did ask, like, how I was doing. So like the actual guy that showed up that I hung out with that night, we haven't spoken in like 5 years. We had one class in the first year of high school, and we never spoke since. The other guy from middle school, we didn't. Last time we spoke was the last year of middle school, and then he went to a different high school, so we never spoke again. But the guy who went that night, he keeps in touch with him. But I was so skeptical. My friend technically just got the Holy Trinity. Like the trio of people who absolutely hated me back in the day. Well, he almost did. He got 2 out of 3. I'm thinking to myself, if he got the third person, yo, I'm out of there. I'm gone. I'm bouncing. I ain't doing this. I'm going home. If all 3 showed up, I was out of there. And yes, like I said, we did have a good time. Like, I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong. You know, I was wrong to think that I might have a bad time because that guy was there. Like, of course, I still have those childish thoughts, like the fact that we didn't really like each other that much back when we were kids should not have influenced my decision to wanting to go hang or not. But it did, and I'm man enough to admit that I was wrong, and I did have a good time. And that's what matters at the end. By the way, I checked up there while I was practicing, and there's nothing. A lot of projectile enemies on your path here, by the way. Stupid Octoroks. So yeah, some middle school friends showed up, that guy showed up, and you know, there wasn't really much tension between us. We just hung out. We were just normal guys, just hanging out. Like, we were actually friendly. That honestly was a bit of a surprise to me. Because I may have been wrong about him hating my guts back then. Maybe he did, and maybe he changed. I don't know. Or maybe he just never disliked me, and I just got the wrong impression. Maybe I just made assumptions. I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't ever want to ask him because this is a little embarrassing. Then again, maybe he truly does not like me, and he was just, you know, putting on a happy face that night. I don't know. But let's not make any assumptions. Let's just say, even though that is kind of making assumptions, let's just conclude that, you know, there's no tension between us. We had a good time, and that the two of us would be willing to hang again if the circumstances ever came. So, what did I do that night? So, it was actually funny. So, the homie who told me about this little meetup, I'm not gonna mention anyone's names just out of respect for their privacy. So, he actually told me that he was gonna pick me up at like 7:30, and then that changed to 7 p.m. The restaurant we ate at was actually right outside the mall that I worked at. And my house is like 20 minutes away from the mall.
Okay.
And we close at around 6. So the obvious conclusion would be to stay at the mall, just not open the doors, and just wait until he picks me up. So he'd drive me literally a street down to go to the restaurant. But no, he told me, go home first, and I'll pick you up at home. So he can basically drive me out to damn near the same place I just was at, like not even an hour ago. I'm like, okay, whatever you want. Because what he wanted to do was, he wanted a nice long car ride to talk. Which, yeah, that was nice. Like a nice long car ride from my place to the restaurant was about 20 minutes-ish. We actually went to the wrong spot first because he didn't know where it was. I'm like, bro, this is not the place. The place is further down the road. Because I knew the streets by heart. So we had a nice chat in the car. We caught up, you know. And then when we got there, we waited for the other friends to show up. Alright, this level is actually... Ooh, I might fail this a couple times. I hope not. Alright, I'm going to make this again.
I'm starving. That was great.
So when we showed up to the restaurant area, like, this is still during COVID times. So, in my area, the lockdown restrictions lifted not that long ago. So we're now allowed to eat in public, but it has to be outdoors. And oh boy, based on how many people were there, how loud everyone was talking, how much spitting there was going on. And we were all in tents too. Well, we weren't, but majority of the people eating were in tents, so there was not as much air circulation as there would be if they were just literally sitting outside with no covers. So, you know, I'm a little scared. I only got my first dose so far. So this level, you better hurry up because there's a time limit. Wait, hit. Ooh, yeah, look at that blurriness just now. And yes, as I'm doing this, the Switch OLED version just got announced. I'll talk about that afterwards, if I have time. You want to hurry for this level, because you got several Malice Guardians to take down, and these things take quite a while to kill. Can't even see Daruk right now. While you're taking on this Guardian, you also want to hit some of the Bokoblins too. So anyways, when we arrived, you know, it was just me and him. We were just waiting for the other friends to show up. And when they did show up, you know, that one guy that we had bad blood in the past, when he showed up, I was like, ooh, you're here. But, you know, we did a little fist bump thing, like as a greeting. And we were just acting normal. I didn't want to make it awkward. Be like, ooh, listen, bro, no hard feelings. I didn't want to say any of that. I just acted normal. And the night played out just fine. So we ended up having to wait like half an hour to eat, or to sit down and eat, because it was just that crowded. And then my other friend, like one of my best friends from middle school, showed up. I did not recognize him. I asked my friend who drove me, like, yo, when's he showing up? He's like, he's right there. He said hi to us. I'm like, oh, that's him. I didn't recognize him because his hair was much longer, and he got a tattoo. So, you know, I didn't recognize him in the slightest. It wasn't until the homie pointed it out, I'm like, oh, it's him. I didn't even recognize him. Alright, one outpost captured. Let's hurry up. Hurry up, I said. Man, it's so easy for me to get lost in this level. We ended up, you know, running into a second group of friends. I only knew one girl because we were friends in middle school, and then the other girl I somewhat knew. Like, I was aware of her existence in high school, but we were never friends. I don't think we said a single word to each other in high school, but I just knew she was there, and that's it. I don't think she liked me very much. But yeah, and that other group had like 3 guys who I never met before. Those other guys that I hung out with knew them, but I didn't. So we walked around while we waited for our table. We just looked around, like, seeing how many people there were, like how crowded it was. Some people brought their dog out to the restaurant, which I find absolutely bizarre. Like, why would you do that? You can't feed them anything. You're just taunting them of all that food. And the poor dog's just gonna sit there waiting the whole night, being taunted by all the scents and aromas of amazing food that it cannot have. I don't know. I just would not. It actually... Okay. Somehow it actually got the Guardian. You know, all my instincts were telling me, like, my instincts have evolved to that level. My instincts were telling me, put your damn mask on. Because there were so many people there, and all of them did not have their mask on, just talking so loudly. So my instincts have evolved to raise any red flags, like, put your goddamn mask on, you about to die. Oh, that actually hit me. I thought I was doing pretty good, but I actually have half the time limit left. So we ended up having some sort of crap. I don't know what it's called. We had like some, I think it's some Korean food. It's like that dish with the pork bone soup. Yo boy, I don't know what it's called. I think it's Korean food. So we sat down, we ate, we chatted, we caught up. But the guy who drove me out to all this stuff, he had to work at like 10 p.m. So he had to leave at like 9:30. So it was just me. After he left, it was just me, the 2 friends from middle school, and the 1 guy who, you know, we were just acting friendly towards each other. I ended up being the slowest person to finish. And I just had to apologize, like, yo, I'm so sorry, I'm eating so slow. Like, all 3 of them paid their bill, and I was not done yet. So they had to wait for my sorry slow ass to finish my damn meal. Oh boy, I need to hurry up, because the last thing we're going to take on is another Malice Guardian. You know what's funny? When the homie was trying to convince me to go out to this place, like go and hang out, and he told me these guys wanted to catch up, I'm like, what the hell do we possibly have to talk to each other about? What could they possibly want to know about me? It's like, I was joking too, but I was half serious. I'm like, they gotta yawn when they hear about my life story, where I went after high school. He was texting me, like, we were texting this stuff, and then he told me, like, but you stream now, you live stream now, all in caps. I'm like, for like the same 2 people every time, that is not an achievement. That is not a good thing to talk about. You know, I actually thought this level would give me more trouble, but I guess not. So after we paid, after we finished eating, we went to go get bubble tea. Like, what did we eat? I just said I got the pork bone soup. I got a rice dish with some beef on a platter. My boy Like, he got a plate of chicken wings with honey garlic and some sort of sweet chili sauce. Like, he ordered 2 trays. One of my guys, like, he ordered the same thing I did, only I think he ordered the pork instead of the beef. And the last guy, he ordered a big plate of noodles, which he ate right before this. So he didn't even eat much. He shared his plate of noodles with the rest of us, and we still didn't end up finishing. I didn't want to, you know, touch his food for sanitation reasons. To be frank, I probably should have been smart and asked for like a spare pair of utensils, and that spare pair only for picking up food, and the other pair that I originally got was just to, you know, actually use to eat. But I didn't. You know, one of the guys actually like used his chopsticks that he has been using to grab me a chicken wing. I didn't want to be rude and be like, ooh, that's okay, you know, it's not clean, I'll get one myself. I didn't want to be rude, so I just accepted. Despite inside knowing this is not a good idea. Anyways, what other level just showed up? Was it this one? Oh boy. Oh my god, that's the Hollows with Aster. Defeating Destiny. I'll maybe try that once. Like after this 3rd level. Wherever it is this one? Yes it is. Do I want cooking? You know what? Yeah, defense would be nice here. Where's the defense? Oh, damage from enemies minus. Yeah, that's good. I think 5% would be good enough.
What a treat! Is there more?
Oh boy, I actually hope I can finish this level. I practiced this level once and I beat it, so I hope I don't have much trouble here. But yeah, we were talking about school, what we're doing now, like what are our hobbies. It's funny, like the guy's sister's car broke down. She's stranded out there somewhere, and it's up to him to go pick her up. But he was hanging out with us, having dinner, and he didn't even actually go pick her up. Not at least not for like 2 more hours, because we still hung out after dinner. So after we finished, or at least after I finished eating finally, and I paid the bill, we went to go get bubble tea. Bruh, you know, when I told my parents we were going to hang out, they were like, who's going to drive you? It's like, he's going to drive me out. Then my mom was like, oh, so it's just you without a license. It's like, yep. Because I'm in no hurry to get my license. I don't really have many places to go out to. You know, theaters are closed. Mall, I don't really have many things to buy. Only 2 places I really go to is school and work. The family drives me out to work every day, and you know I go to in-person class once a week. By the way, remember when I said this is gonna be one blurry and bad video to watch? This is why. This level. What? I did not mean to do that. Now, before I continue fighting this Lino, I want to go to Yanobo and fight them. So yeah, we went to a bubble tea place afterwards. The guy actually recognized the girl behind the counter as a friend of his friend. Yo! Okay, I was hitting the button, it didn't let the runes option pop up. You know what? If I'm not lazy, I just thought of this now. If I'm not lazy, and that next level is actually really difficult, I may just do post-production and just attach that to the end of this video. Like, instead of doing two videos that are Daruk, but one of the videos is just a singular level. I don't know. I'll have to look into that next level, see how difficult it is. I mean, we're fighting the 4 Hollows and maybe Aster, so it does not look like it's going to be an easy level.
Thanks, Yunobo.
Yep, Yunobo, stay right there. And while Big Daddy Daruk takes on all 3 Lionels. So, while we were chatting, while we were just, you know, catching up, we had some heart-to-heart moments. I should also mention that I was the shortest and thickest guy there. You know, all my friends, well, not all of them. I was about to say all of them are 6 feet, but no, not all of them. So my friend who drove me there, he's like an inch or 2 taller than me. And the 3 guys I hung out with that night, they were at least 5'10" or 5'11". One guy, he was at least 6 feet tall. He kept lying. He kept saying like, no, I'm 5'10", I'm not 6 feet. Boy, if you don't shut your lion ass, capping ass, skyscraper looking ass up, you know damn well you're 6 feet tall. I certainly wish I was 6 feet tall. Man, they kept trying to cheer me up. They kept trying to send some positivity, which I appreciate. They were like, man, you're not that short, you're average height. Which I guess, maybe. But, you know, a lot of people in society would view me as short. I have friends who are shorter than me, and, you know, I'm sad. I'm sad for them, but I also understand them too. Maybe not to their level, but I can sympathize because I get treated as a short person as well. Now, before anyone asks me what my height is, I have no idea. Like, the best answer I can give is one of my friends told me he's 5'7", and he's taller than me. So by simple calculations, I am less than 5'7". I'm like 5'6". 5'6.5" if I'm lucky. I don't know if people really say 5'6" is average height. I don't know. Let's just say I'm 5'6.5" if I'm lucky. But yeah, they kept looking down at me because that's the only way they could look at me, was look downwards. Man, you know, everyone I knew back in middle school, we were like either the same height, or, you know, wait, no. There's only 3 options. They were either taller, like shorter, or around the same height. Of course, the athletic people were taller. Well, there was one exception, but he's tall now. Or 2. Like, maybe 1 or 2 exceptions. But yeah, everyone I knew from middle school who was shorter than me is now taller than me. So that doesn't make me feel insecure at all. The fact that everyone grew taller and I legit stayed the same. Maybe grew an inch or 2 since then. But it's like, man, that's embarrassing. You know, they kept on trying to cheer me up. They were like, you know what, height doesn't matter. Like, you're only in your body. It's only your body. You can't control it sometimes. And of course, being a group of guys, we could not go a single night without talking about girls. You know, they were cheering me up. Like, man, a real girl would like you not for your height. Like they kept trying to say nice things to me. They were like, man, you know what? You're funny. If you can make a girl laugh, then that's all that matters. It's like, man, I'm not funny. You're crazy.
Oh yeah, nothing to it.
Let's see, is there anything I need to do with Yunobo besides just basic enemies? I guess not. Back to Daruk I go. Actually, you know what? I don't know how to make Daruk go over there, so I'll fight as Yunobo for now and make Daruk auto go there. So, we ended up going back to our old elementary school and my old high school. Because, you know, the two of the middle school friends, they didn't go to the same high school. They moved away before middle school even ended. So we all went to the same middle school, but two of us went to the same high school despite never chatting, like ever.
Thanks, Yunobo.
So we first went to our middle school, like after Bubble Tea. And this is where we borderline did some illegal shit. And we very well could have gotten arrested. Like, we could have gotten arrested had anyone seen us. But luckily there was no, like, it seemed like the building was pretty much abandoned. Because I don't know how middle schools handle learning during COVID times. It's like every time, like last time I hung out with these guys, we almost got the cops called on us, and I got injured. Man, every time, I will get arrested at some point by hanging out with these dudes. Like, we got in so much trouble back in the day during middle school. Like, we reminisced on all the chaos we brought upon the school when we were there. Like, when this unholy alliance came together back then. These agents of chaos. But I don't want to give away too many details about what we did that was so bad, because I'd just be low-key snitching on myself. All I hope is the security cameras did not catch the license plate. But I had my face mask on, not only to hide my identity, but also to keep keep myself safe, just to be safe. I was the only one with the mask on. Oh, wait a second, there's two outposts. How did I not notice that? I even practiced this level too. Man, you know what? Screw it. I'll just tell you a really basic what we did. So, the school had a backyard where the kids would go for recess. And not only was there pavement, but there was also a grass field for the kids to play on. Like, I remember so many things we did on that playground and that yard. So, you know, what we did, which we borderline should never have been allowed to do, or never would have been allowed to do, was, first of all, these two dudes drove their cars onto the pavement in the backyard, which I'm like, oh my goodness, I never thought my life would bring me here.
Oh yeah, nothing to it.
And then, what the other homie did in his car was he actually drove onto the grass field and he started doing donuts. I'm like, are you insane? You're gonna get us arrested. So, there are tire tracks on the grass field. But we bolted, we bounced, we really bounced as if we really did a crime, which I'm sure we did.
Let's go.
And then we just drove off to our, my high school. We took a walk around the high school. We literally walked all around the high school, just for no reason. Like, we sat down at the back, like where the benches are for the students, reminisce about the past.
I'm sorry.
Like, it was at least nice to catch up, you know? With some old friends and a guy I never thought I would spend more than 5 minutes in the same room with without choking each other.
Take this.
I'm exaggerating, of course. We didn't hate each other that much.
I did it. It's over.
And then I just basically got to drive home.
Whoa.
We talked about some real inappropriate stuff, which I'm not going to mention here.
You're not going to like this.
We talked about, like, middle school crushes. I was really embarrassed to mention that I had a crush on anyone back then, but you know what? I'm a grown-ass man now. That stuff was like 10 years ago. So I'm not, like, there's no shame in me admitting, like, the girls I had crushes on back then. They even joked around like, yo, like, now's the time for you to go chase her, man. Go talk to her. As if we stayed in contact. It's like, yo, they were basically saying now's the time to contact her and talk to her. It's like, man, there's no way she's gonna remember me. They were like, she might. And I was generous. I was like, at best, she might be like, who are you again? Oh, it's you. We went to the same school together. Yeah. What was your name again? Even if she does remember my name, she'd be like, where do we have class together? Like, did we ever talk at all? Yep, it was kind of like that. That's because there is a good supply of this right behind me. Yo, comment down below how blurry this video is. Like, how blurry do you think this video is on a scale of 1 to 10? 11? Alright, got it.
Thanks, Shinobu.
Oh, I use my A attack, but there are sometimes you get screens like this where the camera angle is not in your favor.
Dodge this. Cry on.
I'm sure that looked real pretty. Anyways, not really much else to say. It was just a pleasant night. Which, like I said, I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong. Like, I thought that because that one guy was showing up, like, it would dampen how well the night might perform. Like, my friend even told me, if we hang out, you two actually just don't like each other. Just don't talk to him. Talk with me. We ended up chatting. We ended up catching up. So, that's nice. So, I got to ride home. When I got home, I just took a shower. I immediately took a shower. Trying to sanitize all the virus off my clothes and body. At least I wasn't the worst one. One of my friends, he didn't get any shots. I'm like, why are you out here then? I would not be out if I didn't get a single one yet. Anyways, enough with the story. Let's just talk about some basic updates since the last time I did this. So I did mention the Switch OLED model got announced a few days ago. I do not plan to pick it up, but I still do plan to pick up a red Switch because my favorite color is red. So there's that. I mean, the white Joy-Cons look nice. I kind of hope they'll be sold separately. Like, is spending $70 extra here in Canada worth it just for like 2 inches more of screen? Not really. Like, this is not really an upgrade. This is more an addition. Like, if you already have a Switch, unless you're a die-hard Nintendo fan that buys everything, then go ahead. But, you know, if you already have a regular Switch that works just fine, like I do, you don't really need to pick this one up. I'm not going to. And there we go. All 3 Daruk's level done. Now, before I end the video, let's take a look at what that other level is. Man, it feels good to be playing this game again. All I play on my Switch is shiny hunting Pokemon. Which brings us to our next update. So, what shiny Pokemons have I caught since the last time I played this? I think last time I mentioned shiny Virizion. Since then, I've gotten shiny Tornadus, Thundurus, Reshiram, Zekrom, and Landorus. You know, I've actually had insane luck with all of them. I got Tornadus the day after Virizion at like, no, exactly at like 3 in the morning. I was just staying up. I don't remember why. And then I got it. It was like 3:22 in the morning, I think. And then, you know, I immediately went to bed. The next morning, I woke up. Like, I was getting ready, and I thought, you know what? I'll just do a Thundurus, why not? And I shit you not, first fucking try was a shiny Thundurus. And the first time I ever got 2 shinies in a single Dynamax adventure. Where the hell did this level go? Was it this? I think it was this. Yep. I mean, I'll give this one try. I got a shiny Piloswine and a shiny Thundurus. The video is actually up on the channel. It's a 30-second clip. Of course, I chose Thundurus. So I technically got 2 shiny legendaries back to back. I got one at 3 in the morning. I turned off the game. I woke up and I did 1 and I got the next shiny. It was crazy. So then after that, the next day, which by the way, I'll give you a timeline. So on June 4th, 2021 at like 3:20 something in the morning, I got shiny Tornadus. I'd say maybe roughly 10:45 to 11 a.m. that same day I got shiny Thundurus. Oh, jeez. Ooh, it's been a while since we've heard this music. You know, I always wondered what it would be like to fight myself. I always imagined that'd be really cool to do, like an evil doppelganger of myself. That'd be really fun to do. It's a time limit that concerns me. If there was no time limit, I'd be fine. Like, I could do this no problem if there was no damn time limit. At least I hope. I don't know what's coming up. There might be more than just the 4 hollows. I also have no or very little healing items. Why is a Daruk fighting these guys? Oh, he's dead? So yeah, and then I got shiny Reshiram at on June 5th. I'd say maybe 10 or 11 p.m. Then literally the next day on like June 6th, damn near 24 hours later, like almost exactly, I got shiny Zekrom. And then I immediately started hunting Landorus right after. And then the next morning, I did a handful of shiny Landorus hunts, and then I got it. I did some online. I did some levels online. Oh jeez. And then I figured, you know what? I'm about to head into a car to go to work. There's gonna be no Wi-Fi, so let me just do some solo paths. Maybe I'll find a good one to do a handful on my own. First solo path I did was an excellent one. Like I decided to try to redo that one path a handful of times. And then literally the first solo path that was amazing I did, I got shiny Landorus. Oh man, Rivali's annoying. Maybe I should take down Rivali first. Oh, come on! I feel like I'm gonna fight Aster after this, and you remember the last time I fought him, how bad I did. What is this camera angle? Please! Can I get a better angle? I should also save my food for Aster. Well, for the fight against Aster, not for him. Because I hear Aster, take my food, please. I had to see what to use against Rivali. Where are you at, Urbos? How'd you launch all the way over there? You left yourself open, Urbosa. Alright, that's all four done, but I still gotta make it over there within the time limit. And I assume fight Aster. At least I leveled up. I got 3 A attacks and max HP. So anyways, more updates. What other updates? Black Widow dropped yesterday night. I'm going to watch it tomorrow night. With my sister's boyfriend coming over. Oh, right. Hollow Link, how could I forget? At least that almost took out half his HP. What is that? What?! How was that fair? Oh, at least they're both right there. Hit them both. Yeah, hit them both. I didn't think I'd be fighting against 3 Links today. Speaking of which, Skyward Sword, that comes out next week. You guys remember when I said I have 5 months to finish this game? Yeah, that clearly did not happen. I hope I don't have to face Aster in 1 minute. Man, I knew that success just now was a mislead. It's been a minute, Aster! Your power is mine for the taking. You're not Shang Tsung. My soul is not going to be yours. Man, it's been a while since I fought Aster. And I did horribly last time, too. But at least now I know how to play characters better. Except Daruk. I don't really know how to play Daruk still. Yeah, hit you both. Ooh, Flurry Rush too. I'll take that. Come here, skinny boy. Come here, Robin-looking boy. Robin from Fire Emblem, I mean. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have healed that soon. Yeah! But yeah, so next week on Friday, I'm playing this on a Saturday night. Well, it just turned, it's 12 a.m. now, so it's technically Sunday morning. So next Friday, I'm going to try to wake up extra early to go to my local mall, try to pick up 2 of the Skyward Sword Joy-Cons and 2 Zelda and Loftwing amiibos, because those are just so beautiful. I need to try to get my hands on 2 of each. One to use, one to open and use, and one to keep preserved. And yes, I do make poor financial choices. Yo, I just took, I'm hitting Nightmare's power orb right now.
It's over.
You know, I really hope the DLC for this game would let Aster become a playable character. That would have been dope. But no, we got a freaking Guardian to play as. Which I still have not done yet. Bruh! That's not fair. At least back then when I faced this guy, I had 3 other teammates to swap to. Anyways, did I mention Loki episode 5? Yo, out of all 3 Marvel Disney Plus shows so far, Loki is by far my favorite. Yo, I love what's the guy's name? I forget the actor's name. Richard something. Oh crap. I know his name, but right now I'm forgetting it. Richard E. Grant, there it is. Yo, I love Richard E. Grant as classic Loki. I absolutely love it. What? I didn't beat you. I didn't finish you off. Wait. Okay then. I guess we did it. I only expected 3 levels tonight, but okay, I'll do a 4th. Is there going to be another Daruk level for me to do? I hope not, honestly. I think that's all the updates I can think of right now. I bet you I'm forgetting one. Man, I want those Joy-Cons. I want 2 of them. I was going to tell something different today. Like a different story that also was a friends meetup that happened recently, but then this happened yesterday for me, so it's quite fresh and recent, so I want to talk about this first. Anyways, before we go, let's see which ones we can do on the overall map. 'Cause I see a few.
I've done it.
So a quick update, anyways, with the release of Skyward Sword and my schedule, like my planned schedule. So my idea is to do both Skyward Sword and Age of Calamity on the same day, hopefully. So you would technically get 2 uploads the same day. That's twice the work for me. But hey, that's fine. Anyways, there's one we did was also glowing for some Terrico stuff. Man, doing that Terrical stuff is not gonna be fun. At least I don't think so. Anyways, I don't see anything else glowing. I think I talked about everything I wanted to say. Nope. Alright, I guess that's it. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.